Hello and good day, good viber. It is your girl, Esther Joy, coming at you with another video. On this channel, we love to talk about love, light, joy, and peace. So if you, my friend, enjoy those good vibrations, then know that you're in the right place and hit subscribe to officially join the Good Vibes Delivery family. Thank you. So in this video, we are going to be talking a little bit about my personal experiences with contacting the Galactic Federation of Light, spirituality as a whole, and I guess I'll talk a little bit about what I think it is. Of course, this is all just from my view, so if you do not resonate with it all, that's totally fine. If you have any comments, please feel free to write them while you're watching this video. And without further ado, let's hop into story time, shall we? Yay! Okay, so I wanted to start off by saying, good viber, that your girl Esther Joy was homeschooled, okay? So she's 20 now, but she was homeschooled up until the age of 14. So she spent a lot of time here at home, right here, just by herself. She has 4 other siblings. So of course she wasn't like terribly lonely or anything, but she did find that she spent a lot of time alone. So she like to talk to intimate objects, you know, trees especially have a dear place in her heart. Now that I've gone on that little rant, I wanted to also add that, as many of you know, when I was younger, watching Disney princesses go through unnecessary drama, I realized as a child we could solve this all if we all had one universal language. Then there would be no miscommunication, and perhaps none of the fairy tales would ever even have to happen. But that's just my younger self thinking. I did not get contacted, I guess officially. I'd never heard the name Galactic Federation of Light until around like a year ago. So I feel like the name, it holds its own vibrational frequency and power, but it's more of representing a bigger source, you know? So, alright, so that's for the flashback section of the story. Now that you know that I spent a lot of time alone as a kid, I had a lot of time to talk to just rocks, trees, things, right? I love crystals, but I spent a lot of time alone is the moral of the story. I used to talk to myself and other imaginary friends in my head. A lot as a kid. I had a lot of imaginary games, you know. How many poles can I count as we drive down the street? Games like that, you know. Little fun games. Kids really find ways to stay entertained. But I do realize that sometimes that voice in my head that would be like, hey, want to play a game? And sometimes I was like, I associated that voice with a older male. I don't know why. I guess it's like the masculine inside of me. But from a young age, I was like, yeah, there's like an older male living inside of my body, if that makes sense. He's quite wise. I'm realizing that was probably a spirit guide. Most definitely was a spirit guide or imaginary friends. I'm pretty sure they're the same thing, to be honest, just different names. But anyways, yeah, that imaginary friend stuck with me until I was around 7. And I would say he was around like a older gentleman in my head. So, it's a very interesting relationship, right? Because, like, I'm just a 7-year-old kid, but in my head, like, all this weird stuff is going on. I'm like, what if I'm actually, like, a 40-year-old man in this 7-year-old girl's body? I don't know. Those are the things I was thinking about at that time when I was younger. Now, I just mentioned that because I had lots of imaginary friends. That one stuck out to me the most prominent because I think that's the one I conversed with the most as a child. But looking back on that now, as I set the intention to just talk about the Galactic Federation of Light and my experiences, I'm seeing that that could possibly be a member they're telling me that was guiding me. I did not know this. Growing up, of course, all of this is going on in my head, and no one's really gonna believe a kid's imagination like that, you know? Kids have the best imagination. But let's move forward, okay, to what happened last year, because, you know, when I joined high school, I kind of got disconnected a lot from the world. I thought, you know, being surrounded by so many people would make me feel more connected, and I would feel less lonely and more whole, but I ultimately ended up feeling even more sad and feeling like I have to hide myself because I'm just not okay, and it's just not okay. During that time, I did not have much contact with the Federation. Yeah, though I did meet a friend, my first friend in high school, and pretty much just sat at lunch, and turns out that all of their organs are switched on the other side of their body, and they're like my alien friend, I personally think. They are pretty cool. I just think it's interesting, you know, that all of their organs are switched. Like their heart is where their liver is, their left side of the brain is where the right side of the brain is. Like, I just find that fascinating, and I think that's interesting. Another side note, you know, humans are so different and unique, amazing creatures. But yeah, so anyways, high school, definitely I felt disconnected, but when I really took the time to feel things out and gave myself a lot of space, started meditating daily, gave myself more space, gave myself space from people I don't like, gave myself space from jobs and just things that I realized are not really benefiting me. I realized the more I gave myself a space, the better I felt. Now, I remember one day I was meditating, this was around a year ago or so, and I was just sitting outside in my shed. If you've watched some of my videos, you've seen I make videos there, and I was just meditating, my eyes were closed, and I get this message in my head, and it says, "You are a part of the Galactic Federation of Light." And I'm just meditating, and when I hear this thought come in my head, I'm like, okay, I don't know what the Galactic Federation of Light is, but I kind of have an idea that, you know, they're the alien entities that have been contacting me. So I wanted to know more. So I remember I asked, what is the Galactic Federation of Light? And they did not answer. It was silent after that. That was all I got. And I was a little frustrated, so I Googled it, and I did not find anything, to be honest. There was really nothing on it on YouTube, and I probably did not do the best job of researching, but I was just like, I don't think I'm really going to find what I'm looking for. At the time, I kind of forgot about it. I forgot about it and went on with my day. I feel like I do ask the Galactic Federation of Light from that time that they have mentioned that I was a part of it, that I'm a member of the Galactic Federation of Light. I have gotten more, I guess, more communication with them from that. I've slowly found my way. I feel like they leave little breadcrumbs for you to follow, right? Those little synchronicities. Yeah, so a few weeks later, I remember I was just sitting on my bed, and there were just faces flashing as I closed my eyes. There were faces of these beings just looking at me and smiling, and I could see that they were looking down at me as I was laying down, and they're just kind of looking at me and smiling, and I could feel their love, and they did not look human. It was so interesting. I could not describe to you, I can't describe to you how they look. Some of them look like animals with like some human features. Some of them looked like, you know, plants and like octopus. It was really interesting. I saw around 20 faces or so flash before my eyes. So I don't remember all of them. One of them was like a big lump, and it was just like a face. But I do remember that at first I was very startled. I was did not like really set the intention or anything this time. I was just so laying in bed, a little tired, you know, looking up at the ceiling, closed my eyes, and I just saw these faces. It was very, very profound but cool. And, you know, they were waving, and I went to sleep. I do think that I did visit them in my dream later that night, but I don't really remember much, so who knows. Yeah, but I definitely feel like the GOL, okay, Galactic Federation of Light. I feel like it's just a, almost like a, it's not like, I see it more as a part of the system. It's just like an extension of the divine creator and their little divine helpers. You know, I call them divine helpers because they're just helping the creator with the mission, as we all are, and they're helping us remember our soul's mission. That, I feel like, is their #1 job, to help us remember our soul's mission by exposing us to more synchronicities and messages. But yeah, that's all I really have for this video. So if you liked it, then press that thumbs up so I know, so I can continue to make more videos like this one. Of course, if you haven't already hit subscribe, then do so, and press that thumbs up right now so I know so, and can continue to make more videos like this one. Okay, I will see you in the next video. Have an amazing day, and the Galactic is looking out for you. Bye.